Okay, so in our last demo, we saw how volumes work. Now, let's take a look at bind mounts. Bind mounts are basically a portal that you have from your host machine to your container. So you can hot reload, hot swap files on the fly to and from the container without having to stop the container. Okay, I'll show you how that works. Okay, so for our example, I am going to use this HTML file. Again, static file, nothing special about this. This is a very plain HTML file. Cool. Now, if you remember, for our volumes, for our volume demo, we use the -v flag. Even here, we use the same flag. The difference is when you give name of a volume, then a volume is created for you. But when you give the name of a folder, path of a folder, then it is treated as bind mount. And I'll show you how that works. So you already know, since we have a static HTML file, we are going to use Nginx and we are going to serve the file through the Nginx server. Okay, let's do that. You all must be like very familiar with this by now. So we do docker run -d -p 8080:80. Then we do name. I say bind mount, just giving a name to the container. Now, before I give the name of the image, I will first use the -v flag. Then, if you remember, I have been using this quite a bit. pwd. So the current folder, same, /user /share /nginx /html, and finally we give it the image name that we want to run. So nginx alpine. Pretty standard, you already know, and we have already done this 100 times. I go to localhost 8080, localhost 8080. Fine, you all know this was going to happen. Version 1 initial commit, and it is being served from 8080. But let's take a look at the container. I will go inside view details and see what is here, bind mounts. And because I used my pwd command, the present working directory, inside this directory, so my 05-bind-mount folder got mounted. So everything inside this folder is available here inside the HTML. I'll show you. The first thing we can do is, let me do open with edit in notepad. I will give this version 1. I will give this, I will say version 2. I will say updated version, and then we save it. We go over here and I refresh. That's it. The file got, we did not need to stop the container or restart the container or anything. This was a hot reload. Okay, I will show you one more thing. Let's do this index copy. I will rename this file as test, and then let's edit this, and I will say version 3 totally different file, and let's give it a color red. What the hell. And now I will go to test.html. Ugh. But I'm sorry for this, for burning your eyes, but you get the point. Version 3, totally different file. Okay, I'll take it there. I'm so sorry for that. UI design is not my forte, but yeah. So this is how we are able to hot load. So we have a portal, we have a live portal inside the container. I can send files into a running container, and also if the container is generating any data, any files, we can have that data be stored into that folder, and we can just copy it into our host machine. So this is how bind mounts work. Hope this was helpful. Okay, moving on to the next demo.